Welcome everyone. This week we'll talk about finishing oils. Do you use finishing oil? What's your favorite? Well, we'll also have some knowledge nuggets from a couple of different master carvers. We'll share some Christmas projects and we'll spin around YouTube to see what we can see. And a reminder, all of the resources that I mentioned today will be linked in the description right below this video, and then also down in the comments section a little bit further down the page below this video. Let's get started. So what is your favorite finishing oil? I like walnut oil and I also like tung oil. So with the walnut oil, I use the heat-treated 100% pure walnut oil from Mahoney's, and I really like it because I apply it to my carvings before painting. It helps to raise the grain, and it also helps to kind of ensure that I'm going to have a uniform surface and that the paint will absorb evenly across that surface. I also like tung oil, as I mentioned, and this is 100% pure tung oil. I'll have links in the description where you can get these products. So I like tung oil for a variety of things. It's usually really good for protecting tool handles, for example. It gives a nice shiny finish, nice and smooth, very good grip. And I also use tung oil on walking sticks. It helps to protect the wood and, of course, again, provides a nice shine. What about you? What's your favorite? Tell me in the comments section. And I also have a resource for you to look at this week. Bob K has a brand new blog post, an article about finishing oils. Bob's article is titled, "The 5 Best Oil Finishes." So in the article, Bob gives you his list of the 5 top finishes that he enjoys. He tells you more about them as well. For example, he tells you how they're made, what they're made from, and he goes through some of the pros and cons of the different oil finishes that you could choose from. So if you're interested in learning more about oil finishes, head on over to Wood Chip Chatter from Bob K and check out his latest article. Master carver Mary May recently hosted a live stream video session. It's a tutorial on how to carve a Christmas stocking that has a little teddy bear, a candy cane, and a little gift wrapped present in the carving as well. And Mary does a great job of providing information and resources as you go through this video. For instance, she talks about all the various tools that she's using while she's taking you through the different steps of the carving process. Now, along the way, Mary also provides information about how you can create different depths using techniques that she provides in the video. And this is a relief carving. She talks about rounding techniques and undercutting techniques, different ways that you can begin using knives, chisels, and gouges. She also talks about some ideas for color schemes and how you can add paint that will give your carving more depth and improve your finished project. This is a really great opportunity to learn from a master carver. So take that YouTube glance at her site and check out this video. Well, speaking of master carvers, up next we have Chris Pye talking about tools and specifically talking about how to maintain your wood carving gouges. In this video, Chris is going to talk about maintaining the right bevel that you need on a carving gouge. And this is actually a 2-part series altogether. And in part 1 of the video series, he shows you how to maintain that flat bevel or correct a rounded surface by using sharpening stones. That's right, doing it by hand. One of the things that's really interesting about this is that concept of, this curved gouge, but you have to think about it as a flat bevel as far as this angle is concerned. Now, he talks also about something I've never heard of before, about putting out the candle. I encourage you to watch the video. I don't want to give that one away, but it's a really important concept, and he gives you some great knowledge nuggets, some tools that you can use to sharpen your gouges. In part 2, Chris takes the tools to the power. So he's using a buffing wheel, and he's got a couple of felt wheels mounted on it. And of course, they're loaded with honing compound. And he uses that buffing wheel to work on the bevel of a gouge in a technique that I have not seen before. And I did give it a try. I think it works pretty well. At any rate, if you're interested in maintaining your gouges, you can pick up some tips from a master carver and maybe some techniques you've never seen before. Go over there and check it out. You know, lots of carvers will sell their wood carvings on Etsy. The company was founded in 2005 in Brooklyn, New York. And by design, it was set up so that artisans and craftspeople could go there and sell their handmade wares. The word Etsy, by the way, has no meaning. The founders of the company just decided that they wanted some sort of a nonsense word, and they came up with Etsy. And if you're interested in becoming more successful at selling your items on Etsy, or maybe you're just considering getting started selling items on Etsy, you might want to look at Johnny Layton's newest video titled The Fastest Way to 100 Sales on Etsy. In the video, he shares his path, the journey that he took from 0 to 100 sales and how he got there. It's an interesting video, and he shares 7 specific tips that might help you become more successful or just get started selling those items out there on Etsy. So I encourage you to take a look and see what you think. Well, there's a new video from Van Kelly where he's carving a little potato-nosed hillbilly Santa figure. And this is a tutorial that is beginner friendly because the figure has a Santa hat that's pulled down covering the eyes, and the hands are in the pockets. So you don't have to carve any eyes or hands, and that does make it pretty beginner friendly. Now, I think you could do this project using only a knife. In the video, Van is using a knife and a V-tool, and he basically shows you the steps. He does a nice job of adding commentary, and the video has a lot of nice clean shots to it. As an extra bonus, Van provides a link in the description below his video where you can get the pattern to carve your very own little hillbilly Santa. And he mentions during this video that this is sort of a tribute to the late woodcarver and toolmaker Ron Wells. Enjoy. Well, it's that time of year for tidings of comfort and joy. And right along that same line, Gene Messer has a brand new video tutorial series that shows you how to carve what he's calling a comfort character. Now, these are small human figures that are holding flowers, and they're designed to uplift and bring joy to the individuals that you would give them to. Now, Gene's design features an oversized head with some warm facial expressions, and these little figures are holding flowers as well, which certainly will bring a smile to the folks that you give them to. Gene, as usual, does a really nice job of taking you through the steps, and this is a 4-part video series altogether. Most of Gene's carvings are all knife only, and he shows you how to do it yourself. Gene also provides a little bonus for you. He shows you the pattern that you could use for making your own little comfort characters. And the pattern, of course, does feature that oversized head. You know, Gene is highly skilled at carving small wooden figures. In fact, he has a certification that he earned from legendary carver Jack Price. And it says that he's certified as a small person carver, first class. Gene mentioned that he treasures that certificate very much. He's happy he hasn't lost it over the years in various incidents like hurricanes and floods. And one of the reasons that he has treasured it is coming up next. Well, the wood carving community has lost another carving legend. The Texas Woodcarvers Guild recently posted the sad news about the passing of Jack Price. Jack was born in 1922. He grew up during the Great Depression, served in the Army Air Force during World War II, and then later became a teacher. He was a lifelong educator including earning a doctorate degree in education. In 1975, he got into woodcarving, and he became one of the founding members of the CCA. He was heavily involved in lots of carving endeavors, and he's probably best known for carving small wooden figures, compact characters, little people, that's what he called them. He authored several books about how to carve those little characters, and he will be missed. Folks, I want to thank you for being here this week. I really enjoy all of your support, your comments, the likes, and the folks subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all that you do. See you next week.